Ex-NFL wide receiver Antonio Brown was arrested in Dubai and extradited to the United States on attempted murder charges in a Miami shooting. This has been going on for about 3-4 months now. We finally have some movement on it. I want to talk about it. Remember, you are innocent until proven guilty. No doubt there'll be a lot of memes, etc. about this. But this is just when Antonio Brown is being accused of doing nothing is proven. It's a real big case, though. So let's talk about this timeline. Now, all of this started May 17th at an Aiden Ross boxing event. I do want to infuse my personal opinion. If you're at an Aiden Ross boxing event, you're already probably not at a great place. I mean, seriously, guys. Oh my gosh, imagine going to jail over something that occurred in an Aiden Ross boxing event. That's just tough. Now, May 17th, there's allegedly some fight that occurs involving Antonio Brown. That's what was going around on Twitter and Instagram. Antonio Brown is an avid Twitter user, or somebody on his team is, and he tweets out this. Regarding the boxing event that happened last night, I was jumped by multiple individuals who tried to steal my jewelry and cause physical harm to me. Contrary to some video circulating, police temporarily detained me until they received my side of the story and then released me. I went home that night and was not arrested. I will be talking to my legal counsel and attorneys on pressing charges on the individuals that jumped me. I will keep you all posted step by step on the process. Thank you for the support and love. Hashtag AB, hashtag number 84 at WorldStar. Honestly, a very well articulated tweet. At the time, there was a video circulating of Antonio Brown in handcuffs after this fight. So a lot of people were like, oh, he's arrested, he's arrested. One thing that is true, police did temporarily detain him. They didn't have enough to hold him. They didn't see any reason to keep him at the jail. And he did go home that night. So that is true. It was false on the internet that Antonio Brown got arrested and was directly going to jail. That is not what occurred in May. Now, this is just a little bits and pieces video of the altercation. Basically, there's a bunch of people fighting, right? Gunshots go off and everybody scatters. And at this point in time, nobody knows who shot that. Even as we're sitting here now, we don't know who shot it. People scatter. There's a big scuffle. There's Antonio Brown right here, allegedly. I feel legally obligated to say that. I'm not trying to get roped into something here, but... And then this is the clip everyone's referencing. So here's Antonio Brown getting put in handcuffs and getting put in the back of a cop car. Now, this was just detained. I think everyone was claiming that he's going to jail. He was just detained here. Okay, so that's the start. And based on Antonio Brown's tweet, he's making it seem like he just got jumped. He didn't do anything but get jumped. And he's excited to press charges against the people that jumped him. That's the start of the story. And here's the replies to that tweet back in May. Le'Veon Bell jumps in. We need you in the man versus gorilla fight. This guy says, AB got jumped and people are giving him shit for protecting himself. What is wrong with you people? Bro did not type this. A meme of Danny DeVito saying, so anyways, I started blasting. Glad you're good, bro. AI photo of, God, Twitter's a horrible place. So that's in mid-May. Let's fast forward a month later in the middle of June, right around June 13th. These articles started dropping. This is the first we heard that Antonio Brown might be in serious trouble. Ex-NFL star wide receiver Antonio Brown facing attempted murder charges in Miami shooting. How did we get here? According to Antonio Brown's tweet, or whoever made this tweet, he got jumped. How could you be getting attempted murder charges when you get jumped? Well, allegedly, Brown, age 36, is accused of grabbing a handgun from a security staffer and firing 2 shots at a man he had gotten into a fist fight with earlier. The victim, Zulkarnain Kwame Nantambu. Holy shit, you couldn't have been named Adam Smith? Making this article hard to read, told investigators one of the bullets grazed his neck. The warrant does not list an attorney for Antonio Brown, an all-pro wide receiver who last played in the NFL in 2021 for Tampa Bay. He spent most of his career with Pittsburgh. The second-degree attempted murder charge carries a maximum 15-year prison sentence and up to a $10,000 fine. Now, here's what this article claims. Based on surveillance video, the altercation outside the boxing event involving Brown and Tambu and others was broken up by a security staffer, one of whom got into a struggle with Antonio Brown. Now, this is what the warrant says. The judge issued this warrant in Miami to have Antonio Brown arrested. Mr. Brown appears to retrieve a black firearm from the right hip area of the security official. I do think this is a huge deal because if this is true, right, it's one thing if like 7 guys jump you and you have a concealed carry firearm and you're attempting to defend yourself with it, I can understand that. To retrieve a firearm from someone else, it's not even your own firearm? Cell phone videotape for social media showed Mr. Brown with the firearm in his hand advancing towards Mr. Nantambu on the outside sidewalk. The video captures 2 shots which occur as Mr. Brown is within several feet of Mr. Nantambu. Good news for Mr. Nantambu and Antonio Brown. Neither of these bullets hit. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Antonio Brown fired them. I'm not going to sit here and tell you any of that because I have no idea. But according to everything that is in these articles, and the reason that the judge issued the warrant is because apparently there's cell phone video showing Antonio Brown advancing on this guy and shooting 2 bullets at him. That's what's coming out right now. Now, this is obviously very different than the story that Antonio Brown has told here on Twitter. And after this June 13th warrant is issued for Antonio Brown's arrest, the next logical conclusion is like, okay, so where's Antonio Brown and is he being arrested? Turns out Antonio Brown was in Dubai and he had no intentions of going back to Miami to being arrested. So he never showed up. He just stayed in Dubai. Now, if you followed Antonio Brown on Twitter or whoever runs this account, you wouldn't think there's literally anything wrong at all. In June, this guy has an issue out for his arrest on second-degree murder charges, and in September, he tweets out, Dick Eaton, executive coach. Barack Obama's best friend, Jay-Z, runs the Super Bowl. A.J. Brown has 14 catches all season. Puka has 13 today. Cracker of the day photo of either Jim or John Harbaugh. I think that's John Harbaugh. You can't park there. I mean, honestly, I can't believe that Antonio Brown runs this himself. It has to be someone he's hired to run this because it's impressive. Now, let's fast forward all the way to now where he's actually been arrested. So this occurred in May. The arrest warrant's in June, July, August, September, October. Now we're starting November, and Antonio Brown was taken into custody by U.S. Marshals in Dubai. So it turns out he wasn't actually safe in Dubai. This is what Miami police spokesman Mike Vegas said. He was flown to Essex County, New Jersey, where he is being held pending extradition to Miami. It was unclear why Brown was taken to New Jersey first or how long he had been in Dubai, although he has posted several times on social media over the past few months from there. Now, a maximum 15-year prison sentence? I have no idea what the evidence is in this case. I have no idea how concrete it is. I do know that Antonio Brown is probably going to have a very good attorney, and this entire case will be scrutinized heavily, so I'd be really shocked if he ended up getting this. I'd be really shocked. I think what's interesting about this is this hasn't stopped him at all. I mean, this is the same day that this guy gets arrested. In fact, there's only one single day that his Twitter does not have a post, and that's the day that this occurred. That's November 6th. On November 5th, he's still just tweeting out nonsense. November 4th, this just can't be him, right? He then tweets out this 19 hours ago. This is a man who just got arrested, by the way. Handed over the keys to the socials and CTESPN to my team while I go through this fight for my innocence. Happy to showcase love and entertainment. All love and respect to everyone for the sport. Hashtag free AB. Everyone remember that AB is innocent until proven guilty. I certainly agree with this. Like, this whole story is crazy. Who knows what comes out? But I absolutely agree. Pretending that this guy is guilty and saying we should lock him up, I think that is crazy. We don't know what happened yet. Whoever he handed his account to said CTESPN brought to you by the law offices of Didn't Do Nothing. I'm just gonna be honest, the way that this Twitter account runs, it's as if there's an 18-year-old white kid that runs it at all times. Some 18-year-old frat SEC white kid who Antonio Brown met and just handed over the keys to the streets. It feels like that's what it's always been. I can't imagine that maybe it is, dude. I really, really don't know. I mean, I can't even show half these tweets because I don't think YouTube would even allow me to show it, but I imagine as this entire thing transpires, whoever's running this account will just keep tweeting for us. Now, Reddit is a horrible place to get opinions, but I do like to see the courted public opinion. I want to know what people are saying. Please take none of this as seriously. This has probably got to be the worst place. Antonio Brown in custody for attempted murder, extradited from Dubai to the U.S. This guy requested a list, which I presume is a list of all the things that Antonio Brown has ever allegedly done. Kenny Ketterman, Falcons fan, said, I got you. It needs some updates, though. He was kicked out of Florida International University after fighting a security guard. He said, don't touch me, I'm the franchise. I didn't know that AB played at FIU, but he probably was the franchise there. His second year in the league, he took a personal stretch limo to a charity event, had them open every single expensive bottle of wine, rejected it, refused to pay for it, and then left. Once again, I don't know if any of this is true at all, so take this with a gigantic, humongous mountain of salt. Threw fits over not getting enough targets. Okay, well then let's lock A.J. Brown up, I guess. Drove 100 down McKnight Road in Pittsburgh, which has a 45 speed limit. Trashed a condo and threw furniture out the window. Killed a home aquarium full of piranhas. That's a new one. Refused to play week 17. Dyed his mustache blonde. All right. Refused to pay a chef because he thought he threatened him. Farted on a doctor. Jesus. Demanded a trade from the Steelers. That's not... Why are we putting that in there? Threw a fit over Juju winning team MVP. Trashed him out. So I do remember that. I remember when he was really trashing Juju on socials. That was interesting. I remember when Juju DM'd him and was like, hey, I'd love some advice. You know, I look up to you. And then Antonio Brown tweeted that out to diss him. I don't know. It was really weird. I do remember that. Showed up to Raiders training camp in a hot air balloon. That's fucking metal. He should get his time reduced for that. Held out and refused to show up to training camp because the NFL would not approve his helmet. I do remember this. This is when he was on the Raiders. There's a big helmet debacle. Froze his feet. I don't know that one. Tried to fight Mike Mayock. Called him a cracker. He loves saying the word cracker, supposedly, on Twitter. Had to be held back by Vontaze Burfict, then punted a football down the field. Said, fine me for that. He got fined for that. Released a video where he used audio of John Gruden, who didn't know he was being recorded. Grandma, I'm free. Wow, I don't even think I can go through this whole list. I think what we're really seeing here, rather than like laughing at this and saying, haha, look how crazy this guy is. I mean, if all of this is true, there is clearly a mental health something going on here. And we all should just be hoping the best for this guy. We should hope that he can find a way to get healthy. If what is true in the arrest warrant, he should go to jail. He should go to jail. There should absolutely be consequences for taking a gun and shooting at somebody. But the thing with Antonio Brown that makes him such an enigma is sometimes you can't tell. This guy could be the master rage baiter of all time. Because the way this Twitter's ran, he's claiming this is him, and he's just like trying to be funny, and this is CTESPN, and he's playing into the joke. Is this guy truly going through a mental health crisis? Or is there nothing really wrong and he just hired some 18-year-old to rage bait the whole internet? So if he's hiring an 18-year-old to rage bait the whole internet, then I guess you got us. And if he's truly going through a mental health crisis, then I don't think it's good to point and laugh. He makes it so difficult. To be totally honest with you, I have no idea what's going on here, but I'm really interested to see what happens with this case. I do think that when he quit and took his pads off and left the game, I think we all knew at that time that there's probably a pretty serious mental health crisis going on here. I don't know, it's hard to make this video and be objective because what he's being accused of is super serious. His Twitter is super unserious, as if everything's a joke and nothing's real. And it feels like there's a mental health crisis here, and I don't want to downplay that. I don't want to ever make someone in a mental health crisis like the punching bag for a joke. We still have to hold people accountable when they commit crimes in society. Okay, this was an interesting video. That's all I got. I love you. Thanks for watching as always. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.